and welcome to The Hill is Always Greener, a show where four friends, and sometimes a guest, have super discussions about Sonic the Hedgehog to distract themselves from the inevitable passage of time and their own rapidly waning ability to maintain their optimal state due to the steady depletion of energy. I am the first form of podcast host you'll be hearing tonight, Faulerro, and I'm almost out of rings.
I'm CyberLink, and I'm super. Thanks for asking.
Damn it.
I'm Super GameBuddy Rose.
And who's that over there?
Me? Oh, hello. I'm Stuart Gipp. I once was Super Stuart Gipp, but then I ran out of rings, and I have not been able to successfully gather 50 more of them since then, and this was about 11, 12 years ago, I would say. And you know, when you hold on to that power, even briefly, when you lose that power, it's like you never. It's like losing a limb. You never comes back. It's terrible, you know.
It happens to the best of us, unfortunately.
Like a phantom super state.
Yeah, it's a real shame. But yeah, thanks for having me. I wish I hadn't remembered that now. I feel quite sad.
Good state
your
being on the
sadness gives us
podcast.
joy.
Well, you know, it's fine. That's just being sad about the loss of what we once had is the nature of this podcast. But it's fine. So sorry, Jake isn't here this time, but we do have Stuart Gipp. We swapped to Jake for a Gipp, and it's a manipulator of Mary himself joining us here. Thank you for joining us.
Whoa,
It's a joy.
don't call me that. That sounds really weird.
Yeah, sorry, I just realised the phrasing of that was a little strange. The mastermind of Mary,
Yeah, there you
I
go.
guess.
I like
yeah,
that.
that's
That's
better.
much
That's
nicer.
slightly less skeevy. Okay. I mean, everyone who creates their character has manipulated them in some way or another, but not like that. But yes, thank you. It's a joy to have you here.
I told you about those drawings in confidence.
In that you're very confident in your drawing.
Yes.
Oh, well, yes, of course. I mean, you can tell just by looking at it, you know. It's
Quite.
come on leaps and bounds. I can draw circles now, rectangles. I haven't quite mastered the square. It's not good. I think more people probably would know me from Retronauts than from Mary Hell, but they should stop listening to Retronauts and just read Mary Hell instead. Please don't stop listening to Retronauts. My income depends on it. Thank you.
It's true, actually. Anytime we have a guest on here, I'm like, yeah, it's great that you're on this big thing. What about the personal, really self-indulgent shit you're doing? That's what we're into here.
That show that you do, you know, but what about those women you made up? Those are cool. Like, thanks, I know. I love making up women. It's not weird. It's normal.
Who among us has not made up a woman?
Himst.
Anyway, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, right. Mary Hell. Read Mary Hell. Anyway, so today we're covering a topic that has remained relevant for the vast majority of Sonic's history because you can't get started without a powerful prefix. It is a formative one for many Sonic fans because it's where they first learned about anime shit. That's right, we've run the gamut of Sonic subjects up until now, but this episode is going even further beyond because it's super forms. We are covering super things in Sonic, things that have super at the start and things that are super adjacent in that general league of synonyms, I suppose.
It is a wide and varied topic with a lot of weird edge cases that I'm sure will get brought up at some point.
No, I did, just for the hell of it, like, do some cursory web searching to see where, like, the super forms, specifically, like, the anime manga thing came from. And, I mean, of course, everyone thinks it's, or everyone knows, like, Super Saiyan Goku as the most, like, popular, cool one that definitely Supersonic is based on. But I did find that, yeah, like, Go Nagi had a bunch of different like super-ish forms in a lot of his work. Yeah, even King Ghidorah, and of course like Sun Wukong from Journey to the West sometimes has a like golden fur.
Why'd you say Goku twice?
Yeah, exactly.
Goku from Dragon Ball, Goku from GT, I guess. I don't know. I don't know Dragon Ball. You have forgotten, of course, the earliest of all the super forms. Job 37:22, a golden glow is seen in the north, and the glory of God fills us with awe. Yeah, super God.
Of course, how could I forget?
You say that, but you're saying it to the one person who would know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, it's not for me to disparage God or super God, obviously. The glory of God fills us with awe. I would say that's definitely true. Were I to witness it, I would definitely be filled with awe and fright.
Man, The New Testament really fell off when they introduced Super Jesus Blue.
The Mega Drive games, the New Testament is like Sonic Heroes onwards. So that's how I see it.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was fine when Moses used Kaioken ×2, but after that, it just seemed really excessive. You can see why he was left out of the Promised Land for that.
I'll say this: if it had happened, Bible Adventures would be a whole series by now.
That's what those unlicensed Wisdom's Tree games needed, was more super forms than they might have been fun.
They do that. Like, if you want to talk about sort of Sonic adjacent games, Sonic 3D Blast or whatever it was called, that was made by that John Burton guy, and he kept hiding Bible things in his games. So there's probably some Jesus in there somewhere.
Was he the one that put the ichthus fish in Sonic R?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, cool.
It is what it is. I think I did have a mod that replaced that with a picture of a Chow when I played the PC version.
Oh,
I was saying, I think they straight up did that in I want to say the Gems Collection version, maybe.
Oh, interesting. I never looked into that.
Weirdly enough, in the Gems Collection, they replaced him with a Satan, and I was really quite shocked by that. I was like, whoa. It's a statement.
In the other direction. Okay.
I thought there's no real need for this. We've already got the devil himself right here in the game, and his name is Tails the Fox.
Little twit.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go that far. Oh, wait. Yes, I would. I would go that far and significantly further.
I'm just realizing we're going to have to cover Tails at one point, and
cover him in acid.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
The one thing I didn't think of is other video games that have adjacent super forms, but then all I could think of was like Super Mario, and I'm like, that's not the same. I
do actually have that on my notes.
Okay. I'm glad somebody did.
Hey, just like Mario, Sonic became super a few games in, but unlike the plumber, Sonic understood the significance of being... This is shit, sorry.
The closest I can think of, if I could be mildly obscure,
please,
was in the sequel to Rocket Knight Adventures on the Mega Drive, Sparkster.
Yeah.
You can collect 7 swords and become Super Sparkster, which is just Gold Spark. I think it's called Gold Sparkster, and it's like, we all know what you're doing. Like, you're just copying Sonic. That's the closest I can think of to just directly plagiarizing the concept of Supersonic.
God, plagiarizing a plagiarism, essentially. Like, it's... If you're ripping off Sonic, just realize how many levels ripping off you are, because Sonic has pulled so many of his iconic concepts from other things.
Yeah, the creator of Sonic should go to jail. Oh, wait.
I mean, if you have problems with taking inspiration or just ripping off ideas from other franchises, just stay away from Sonic the Hedgehog, that's just how they stay alive at this point. It's fine. But this being super is not a title you can claim. You earn it, you build your way up to it, and when the time is right, you collect 50 rings, jump in the air, and become borderline uncontrollable for a finite period. That's being super. Because you see, super forms, or as they're called in Japan, Super Saiyajin, what happens when a character... Sorry. I should not have written that. What happens when a character channels chaotic powers beyond human understanding to enhance their abilities past the natural limits, and also they can fly and shit. That's the extent of my notes. Anyway, that's the basic thing. Yeah,
that Supersonic started as like a extra reward for the Chaos Emeralds in addition to the good ending. Because everybody knows there were only 6 emeralds in the first few Sonic games, and that just got you a funny extra ending where Sonic wins and Dr. Robotnik Eggman does not. But now you actually get something cool.
And to be fair, like, when I was playing this, I didn't know what a Dragon Ball was. So I thought Sonic was the cool... I mean, like, with many things when I was growing up, when Sonic did it, I was like, oh, man, I never would have thought of this. A cool yellow version of Sonic? That's amazing!
Yeah, I don't think we got the proper episodes of Dragon Ball Z until, like, way in the late 90s. Because we had those first, 40-ish English dubbed episodes that ran on Toonami over and over, and so we didn't know about Super Saiyans until then.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got stuck in Frieza Saga Hell for years before skipping forward to get Super Saiyan.
That's basically it. Like on Toonami over here as well, it was like the early 2000s, it was just the Ocean Dub group thing. So it was just all of that forever. And we didn't know what a Super Saiyan was until they moved over to the funny episodes. Funny as in Funimation, not funny as in haha. Maybe they are in a way.
Little column A, little column B.
My entire exposure to Dragon Ball until I was like an adult was when I was at school. This kid who I didn't really know just came over and he was like, check this out. And it was the bit in the original Dragon Ball manga where Goku takes Bulma's underwear off. And I was like, hey, look at that. And that's something, you know? And then I didn't know what it was. And then years later, I got the first volume of Dragon Ball. And I was like, oh, it's this. I see. Okay. I thought that was just some weird pornography that I was being shown, but it turns out it was one of the most popular children's manga in the history of Japan.
I also had two friends of mine who I remember we were sitting on my front porch and they had printed off pictures from a website of like Super Saiyan Goku and Trunks with the sword. And I was like, how did you get a hold of this holy text? I've never seen this. Also, what's the internet? But I remember that was then the wheels started turning like, oh, wait a second. I can relate this to Sonic the Hedgehog.
And that was how long ago? You've been planning this episode for a long time. Wow.
Now you've got me thinking. I'm trying to remember when the first time I would have become aware of Supersonic would have been, because even when I was playing Sonic 2 back in the day, I never got all the Chaos Emeralds to get Supersonic. So I have to imagine it would have been, just being exposed to it on the internet at some point or another, never actually in game.
It was probably the cheat codes for Sonic 2 that I still remember.
I didn't have a Mega Drive, so I had a Master System, so I didn't see Supersonic ever. But I did read STC, and I probably saw him in that. And I was like, wow, this guy sucks.
Yeah, it might have been an issue of Archie then.
Oh, I can't remember. I did start reading those Archie comics pretty early, but I missed a bunch of the super early ones, because he shows up in, what is it, issue 4 of the proper series? We've talked about that
with Universe Salamander.
Yes, a very stupid story that I really like because of its goofiness. I think it was probably cheat codes. Again, very early internet, and realizing that, wait, I can just go to the last level I've never seen before of this game because I'm not good at it. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's actually probably what happened with me. I do probably had the because you would have the debug code. You would start printing stuff out on the screen. It's like, wait, what does this monitor do? And suddenly I'm Supersonic. Whoa! I didn't know that was in the game. That was probably my first experience. Then just, I know I got the emeralds at one point as a child, but because I played that game to death. Of course I did. But I probably did the get all emeralds cheat before then to be able to pretend like I was good enough. So either way, it is when you play it for the first time, I don't know if I was quite ready for it, because it is basically just having the speed shoes and the invincibility. That's all it really is, on a time limit, but a specific ring-based time limit.
Yeah, but you also get to hear the same 10-second song over and over. So
that's true. You get to go slowly insane, yeah. Which really prepared me for the STC version of Super Sonic. I guess that's why
that guy is a total dick.
Some Supersonic themes are better than others.
I like the really manic one from Sonic 3 without Knuckles. The Sonic 3 and Knuckles one is probably objectively a better song, but I get annoyed with it quicker. Da, 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 da. Yeah, all right, But the Sonic 3 one is mental. It's I don't know.
It's going a mile a minute.
Yeah.
That was also during the era where they were just reusing invincibility themes as Supersonic themes. I'm glad that he gets his own bespoke theme in most games now.
I do like to think that Sonic 3 one, if you changed the key, would be a good fit for STC's version of Supersonic. Just for that exact reason.
Put it in a minor key.
Rain and Blood by Slayer.
That's the real theme song.
On the Mega Drive sound chip.
Yeah. That would sound dope. Someone should do that. Someone probably has done that.
I think the first time I got all the emeralds legit probably was Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because it just gave you so many opportunities.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever got those dang super emeralds until much, much later, when I officially became a Blue Spheres pervert and memorized all of those horrible stages.
I think a lot of perverts have blue spheres. Sorry. No, I didn't. I remember that I could never do it in Sonic 2 over the years, mostly on emulation and re-releases, and I was just like, well, this is obviously impossible. But then last year, I did manage to do it legitimately, and I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad after all. I don't know. I think that the special stages in Sonic 2 just induced panic in me. But when I calmed myself down, I was like, no, this isn't too bad, actually. Once you've lost a couple of times, you can generally remember when the bombs are going to come around, and well, then you're there. But the Sonic 3 one, I remember being told about Super Tails at school and being like, that's bullshit. There's no Super Tails. Shut up. But it turned out that they're like, it sounds made up. It's like, oh yeah, and he's got these like flickies flying around him that he shoots out at, like, that attack enemies. I'm like, this is bollocks. There's no way this is real. And then many years later, of course, Egg is on my face, so I have to, look up my old school friends from 17 years ago, and I have to go back and find their houses and knock on the door and be like, oh, hey, it's me from school. I just want to say you were right about Super Tails, and I'm sorry. And they're like, who the fuck are you? Get out of here. Leave. Hands up. I'm like, all right. I thought you'd want to know. But, rude, weird.
I suppose Super Tails is slightly better than regular Tails. Actually, no, Super Tails is pretty overpowered. I suppose it's to make up for the fact that Tails is Tails.
Mega Drive era and Adventure era Tails, I have no quarrel with. He's a lovely fella. I'm just like, it's Tails, cool. And then the modern Tails, when he's just like, hey Sonic, I invented a machine. I'm like, fuck off.
You actually got on better with Pixel Brain Tails.
Weirdly enough, I went really high there. Weirdly enough, in the movies, the live action movies, I think he's all right, even though it's the same voice actor. I think.
Yes,
I don't mind him. I think I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could get to like this guy after all. But no.
Now I can't remember in the original Sonic 3, and in the original Sonic 3, Tails got nothing for getting the Chaos Emeralds, am I right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's right. He can only go super when he has both sets of emeralds, because he's a baby.
Yeah, I figured, because he's a wee baby. I'm always mad that they took away his flickies in any modern game or modern re-release or game that has Tails can go super, because I think the flickies are cool.
Yeah.
Also, that shows me that, like, tiny little animals can also use the Chaos Emeralds, and that's interesting to me.
Are they normal animals that just got empowered by Tails' aura, or are they manifestations that came about because of the power of the Chaos Emeralds?
Well,
Emeralds.
They are blue flickies, because when Tails runs out of rings, they turn back to blue and do fly away. So I think
he just summons them.
I think so.
Yeah, he gains the power to talk to the animal.
Tails is basically a Disney princess.
Yeah. So he's got these familiars that show up, and they become empowered just as much as he. In fact, do all the work for him and lay waste to his enemies.
I know, they kind of like cheese the chow before he.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, cheese is right.
Yeah, I guess I never thought about the fact that, the super flickies are basically the predecessor to Cream's, use of cheese in later games.
Yeah, and cheese is just as powerful as they are, so, I mean, he must be a true beast.
I mean, Chow are descended from the ancients, and they created the Chaos Emerald, so I guess it makes sense.
Oh, speaking of which, I did put the supersonic, the extra supersonic forms from Sonic Frontiers, but just to show my my whole ass here, I had never actually finished that DLC, so I haven't seen it yet, so I don't have an opinion on it. I think it's one of those, don't we know from Ian Flynn, before he had to stop doing Sonic podcasts because people were wanting to murder him, that he pitched in the story for Frontiers, like, hey, we should bring back Hypersonic for the final boss, and Sega said, no, we will never do that.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, never mind.
I do kind of like it. Like, I get the idea. It is basically the Super Saiyan 2 equivalent for Supersonic. They literally call it, internally it's Supersonic 2 in the files. I think that Ian said that, like, the name they use for it internally is Starfall Supersonic. Like, I think it's cool. It's not hugely different from Supersonic. It's got, like, a bit of a red aura mixed in with the gold. He's got, glowing cyan eyes instead of red. It's just different enough that I think that's interesting.
Yeah, to me, again, even though I haven't played it yet, it seemed like the, like the forms in some of the spin-off games. It's like, oh, this is just for this area, like the Starfall Islands. And yeah, and it has to do with him, like, mastering the cyber corruption that is going on with him at the time.
See, I was reading this and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I did play through that game. And I did finish it, but I remembered the reason I don't remember any of this is because I skipped every single cutscene. Because they,
well, there you go.
with respect, no disrespect intended to Ian Flynn, genuinely, because I know people really dig his work, and he did really great work with Archie and fixing that absolute hot mess. But it was just like Sonic, like, Amy, what's the point in striving for our goals if when we reach them we're just going to have nothing left to strive for? And I'm just like, nope. Don't give a shit, like, off now. Absolutely not. I'm not having it. And, I played through the game and without the cutscenes, and same deal with the Freedom Planet. Just like, nope, off. Nope, absolutely not. Don't care. Much love to those creators, obviously, but not for me. So then seeing all these names like Starfall Supersonic and Mastered Cyber Corruption, I'm just like, oh, it's from that. Maybe I would have known something about that if I'd actually played the game properly, but no.
I mean, you played the game. You just didn't watch all the movie bits.
That is Supersonic Cyber, as people have taken to calling him, where he fully absorbs all of the cyber corruption and starts channeling it.
Oh, it's like cybering.
Yeah, I used to go on a forum. Never mind. I've been in the trenches, my friends. The Sonic trenches. Sonic trenches. They should have called Sonic Forces. That I might have done better.
Sonic in the trenches. Yeah, that would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That would...
Instead of like an all-out offensive war with Robotnik, just World War I style trenches, Sonic characters.
Sonic just sitting in
there, for going back home.
Not knowing whether this is the day, And then in the end, like, he does a spin dash out of the trench, and then it fades into a poppy field, and the credits. It's a British joke for you.
Don't worry, I got it.
Okay, good.
Hit the badniks and mustard gas comes out.
Supersonic's cool, though, by the way. I just wanted to briefly touch on the fact that I forgot to mention that when Supersonic first shows up, he does look really cool.
He's very cool.
Like, he is Sonic, but he's almost on fire, and he's projecting so much confidence in, like, his sprite and stuff, and he's not even running anymore. He's, like, gliding across the floor. Like, there's something about that, and none of the other characters in those games gets that, because they get super forms almost as like, well, might as well give you something.
I can't remember if 2 does this or it's just 3, but I love the fact that when Supersonic crouches, he crouches in the cool hero way rather than curl up into a ball like he's frightened like Sonic does, trying to perform a certain act on himself and succeeding, I might add.
Yes, as hedgehogs are wont to do.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that came up in Sonic 4 has the worst animation where he is absolutely gobbling himself the whole time.
I was thinking, because I played that game not that long ago, and I was like, I don't remember Sonic sucking himself off coming up in this game, but if you say so.
It's inherent to the species, I'm afraid.
But no, Supersonic, he does the cool, like, he's in the get set pose at the starting line of a foot race. And also...
he doesn't lose any balance either when he's on the edge. He just folds his arms because gravity doesn't affect him.
He just crosses his arms and he's like, I don't give a fuck if I'm going to fall, because I'm not.
Sonic doesn't fucking care.
The Sonic you just reminded me of Sonic Advance 2, where at the beginning of the level, he's like G'ing himself up and wait. Oh man, that game was great. But Supersonic's bit in that game was amazing. That was like my favourite Supersonic moment ever in Sonic Advance 2. Because it's too early to talk about this. I don't know.
No.
It's all Supersonic.
Sonic Advance 2, right? Because I don't get to talk about this very often. But there's people who don't like their game that... if they're all idiots. No offense if it's any of you. You're not really. I don't mean it. I do a bit, but not really. And
all those games are good.
You get to the end of that game, and you get all the emeralds, which, by the way, is fucking impossible. You get all the emeralds using a guide. Obviously, you cheat, and then you get to the final area, which is called True Area 53. For God knows what reason, it sounds cool, and it is. It's the rule of cool. And then you've got that whole sequence of Vanilla getting abducted, and Cream's crying, and Sonic runs up and looks at her, and he looks around, and he's like, "Fuck this shit," and I'm getting tingles thinking about it. Transforms into Supersonic there and then. Gives like a thumbs up to Cream, like, "Don't worry about it. This is going to be a piece of piss." Zoom off, and you're like, "This is no way this could get any cooler." Then there's a not very good boss fight. Don't worry about that. And then when you beat the boss fight, there's this amazing music playing. That's like the most panic-inducing music I've ever heard, as Vanilla is falling and Sonic is falling after her, and he's trying to increase the speed of his falling. I don't know how he's doing it. Isn't it great though? What a great moment.
Yeah.
Best Supersonic moment, like that. I mean, Doomsday Zone, yeah, that's alright, but like, come on. Like, what a great game.
No, I love it.
And it's even the sweeter because it's so hard to get the goddamn emeralds. Like, it just makes it all the sweeter. So worth it. What a fantastic series. Why don't they put those on the Switch? They're absolute bastards.
I don't know. It drives me insane.
My only assumption is that it has to have something to do with THQ, because they put them out on Virtual Console in Japan. I do find it interesting kind of how the design of Supersonic has shifted as well, where you like look at Sonic 2 and it's very much kind of quills everywhere in that sort of fiery, pattern. Whereas, in the adventure era up until maybe around Unleashed, it kind of flattened out. It was more kind of recreating Shadow's quill structure, until then, in some of the more modern games, it's shifted back to sort of a line between the two where it's all quill straight up, but, kind of more uniform and less like wild than the Sonic 2 sprite
He
was.
looks like he's got a little beer belly in the Sonic 2 one, I think. Like, it's just...
I think it's because he's like exhaling at that point.
Oh,
he's like
I see,
doing his
okay.
like sort of like his heavy breathing because he's cool.
Yeah.
He's sticking his chest out.
Yeah, the thing about it is when he first showed up, like basically the first modern Supersonic we saw in Sonic Adventure, I thought he looked a bit like a star. I thought that was kind of cool, especially because he was so shiny on those polygons and everything. Because he definitely looks like Flames in the classic Sonic form, and then he's a bit shiny. And yeah, they've sort of like split the difference now. It's quite cool.
Yeah, I think the especially the modern-ish Supersonic, I appreciate the contrast in I'm thinking of Sonic X, where there was a contrast between Supersonic looks much different from Super Shadow. Like Super Shadow basically just changes color, and Supersonic has like a interesting mix of like that classic Sonic 2 and the like Sonic Adventure, because he's got the reddish brown eyes. And it's always kept Supersonic like pretty unique, like compared to other super forms.
I'm not sure which is the fourth one that you posted, the one where Sonic's like Polygon Sonic, right?
Is that
That's
from
Adventure.
That's Adventure.
Is that
It looks
Adventure?
like he's going to blow up my head with his mind. That's what it looks like.
Pressing his fingers against his temples to...
I mean, I do like it really is only Sonic Adventure. It's a little bit in Sonic Adventure 2. I like that Supersonic looks a little scary because, like, especially the contrast, like we'll get to the STC of it all, but especially the contrast with like Perfect Chaos in that game, who is like a giant scary water dragon. And then like, yeah, Supersonic has this big moment. And you're like, ooh, he's like a little edgy looking because this is, Sonic's fully powered up. He's not joking around anymore.
One of the tropes he brought with him, which I'm very fond of, is when Supersonic shows up, the music's going to rip. It's going to be fucking awesome. And, like, obviously open your heart, like, of course, because it's the whole thing of cycling back to the main theme, which, but Sonic Adventure 2 is my favorite one. Not my favorite game, Christ, but my favorite Supersonic 3D one, because mostly just because Live and Learn is so fucking dope. But fighting with Supersonic and Super Shadow while Live and Learn plays, where the BioLizard has a space station rammed up its asshole, and that's what it is. Yes. Don't try and tell me it's not. That's one of the. It's so good, and like the people coming in over the mic, just being like, "Hey, Sonic, you're doing really well, mate. Nice one." I'm very fond of that.
Now hurry up, or we're gonna die.
Yeah, and that too.
I still think Sonic Adventure 2 is the closest 3D Supersonic fight to like Doomsday Zone for me.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I like that it's not difficult either. It shouldn't be. It should be a victory lap once you earn that guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because Terraria 53, sorry to bring it up again, is really hard. Like, it's really, really difficult. The same with non-aggression in Advanced 3. The same with, well, all the Advanced game super forms fights are really difficult. And I'm like, well, don't empower me and then make me, like, just spank me like this. It's not necessary. I always feel like something the early games got right is, yes, you've earned this. You are now a god. Don't worry about dying or anything, unless you get squashed, obviously. I don't know. I like the one in Sonic Heroes, which is a game that I do not care for particularly. I really like what I'm made of, so I like that bit as well. You know, it just holds. And I hope that's something that they're going to keep doing forever. Basically, it's making the same game over and over again.
Sonic Heroes is an interesting case because they, you know, famous, obviously team-based game. Sonic becomes Supersonic, but Tails and Knuckles don't get to take on their super forms in that game. They just kind of get encased in bubbles of like residual super energy. And I don't know, I feel like, you know, even if it does power them up, it still feels a little weak.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to talk about, is like my bugbear for the episode is, what do we think about because I think Mania and Sonic Origins have basically settled into Supersonic is his own unique thing that gets he changes colors, he's super powerful, but then it seems like every other character, minus Knuckles, I guess, and Shadow and Silver, but that's different, just gets a super power up. I guess on the surface, I think, well, that's cool. You know, it says instead of nothing, like these characters get a cool thing. But also, like I said earlier, I miss Tails getting like his little flicky birds because that was a unique thing for him. And I don't know. Do we wish the characters had their own unique forms, or are we okay just with?
Forgive me, I need clarification. Forgive me. I don't remember what happens in Mania when you get all the emeralds as the other characters. Do you get anything at all, or what happens?
You get like a generic glowing super form,
right?
Like
so just like invincible, and that's it. Basically, I'm fast. Okay.
I think maybe like Mighty's does Mighty's like ground pound attack like do more damage, or I can't even remember if it was unique like that.
I don't know. I feel like it's just because you're invincible. It's able to break through more stuff.
It would be cool if it was like Knuckles like glide into the wall, killing everything on the screen, like he slams into the ground. That would be cool.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
That's one of the things I like about the high perform is that it gives you the seizure-inducing color scheme where it just flicks between colors, but it's like, and he's got the after images, but also we have a special ability like Sonic's got his
kind of air dash.
What do they call that? Hyper flash that they call the air dash that destroys all the enemies on screen. That's cool. And
it's really fun.
Yeah.
And Tails isn't technically super, but although they fix it in Origins by giving super and high performs, but you know his special ability is having the birds.
I didn't know they did that in that. I'm really uninformed. Sorry, everyone. I didn't know that Origins fixed.
No.
I'm just surprised to hear that Origins fixed something. That's really weird to say.
I know it is weird to hear when considering that it was apparently a huge afterthought, this game, as I understand.
It is weird where, you know, because of Origins, it's just like there's a lot of weird, almost like retconning going on to, you know, stuff like that. And I do agree that I wish that the super forms of these other characters had more to differentiate them from their original designs, where it's like a lot of them just... There's really no difference from the normal designs except they have a glow now. Supersonic's the only one who gets to look different, at least in, you know, these classic games.
I guess it's because Supersonic is the only one that I guess is narratively important. They would need to have all these new, you know, go out of their way to make all these special sprites for, because he gets to do the last level. And that's kind of what carries on throughout the games from then on, is like, yep, Supersonic is the one. Supersonic and the other Hedgehog boys are the important ones.
I know that went around for a while as like somebody, I can't remember if it was Ian or somebody. It's not, you know, it's one of those like games of telephone that got passed down, but somebody really actually trying to say they could, you know, Sega was like, no, only the boy hedgehogs can be truly super. And I'm like, that's silly. And we know that's not true anymore.
Amy doesn't have that in Origins even.
She does.
Oh, she does. Sorry, I'm really uninformed. I'm really sorry.
No.
Origins, like she can go super. Like the girls get to go super.
Okay, that's good.
But she doesn't get a special form like all the other boy hedgehogs.
I think that all of
just, you know,
everyone should get a super form. But then if everyone is super, then, you know, Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Incredibles
a
reference.
Super Saiyan bargain sale.
Yeah. They should make a Super Rouge and she's got like a third tit or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Right in the middle of her forehead.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Good lord. I'll stop thinking about that. She won't be able to see.
Well, she's super. She'll use
She's
her
like omniscient
supers.
now. Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah. That'll be her.
How's
extra
that going to help
powers.
you steal things? If anything, it makes you even more conspicuous. Never mind. Doesn't matter. It's not real.
I know
anyway.
it would really hold her back. She get like 4 new sets of wings too.
Wings.
No, I do see the logic of, like you said, narratively, not to get too like in the weeds with Sonic stories, but yeah, if you have everybody at the end of a game powering up to defeat the Time Eater, like, yeah, that's not gonna work. But I don't know. I just like the as a bonus, like the hyperforms. Like if they're never going to bring back the hyperforms for narrative reasons, it should still be like a cool reward. So I would, so I don't mind, like especially in 2D games and whatnot, or just as a quote unquote non-canon bonus. I wish the other characters would get proper super forms.
In that image of Super or Hyper Amy, am I imagining things, or is she crushing a pigeon or something in her fist? Like,
Oh, it's one of the eagles from the end of Sonic 2, isn't it?
Just a weird, just a perfect, just like the one perfect shot.
Yes.
No, it's just a display of power and dominance.
It is. It's the pose at the end of Sonic 2. She just happens to be crushing its body to death.
Normally she saves the birds, but now she destroys them.
Just to show him she means business.
some people shouldn't have these. I mean, I don't think that she should have this power if that's how she's going to use it.
No. She's like, let this be a lesson to anyone who crosses me, and this poor bird.
See, I would like to see a Super Amy, like with like a big giant hammer, like
Yeah, that would be
you
fun.
know,
Yeah.
400 tons special attack, something.
Yeah, no, she needs like a Gal Geiger hammer.
Yeah.
I think in Origins it does add the whole like I think she does the hammer attack with her spin attack now when she's super or something like
okay,
that.
that's cool.
There is
yeah.
a slight difference to but aside from that, also the hyperforms we did talk about, like, is this thing, we can see why they don't bring them back. And the reason is because they were just there to basically justify you getting the emeralds twice, I think. Is just like, yeah, if you're going to play through the whole of Sonic 3 as it was intended, but you're going to do all the emeralds, well, you might as well get some extra reward for it. So, okay, this once you get the seizure-inducing version of the super form.
You don't get like an extra ending for it. You can still do the Doomsday Zone with just the super, I think. But obviously I never do that because I'm so skilled. It's effortlessly for me. I can. I don't even have to think about it. Sorry.
I do think that if the games had not been split up, we never would have gotten hyperforms.
No, absolutely not. It was probably always going to be just Supersonic.
So thank you, McDonald's, for the creation of Hypersonic.
Thank you for the creation of my hypertension.
High cholesterol. Yeah, I guess we did mention Super Shadow and Super Silver. I mean, what's there to say?
I mean, I like that those two in particular seem to get more abilities when they go super as well. Like Shadow, like, you know, this is getting into movie stuff a little bit, but obviously, like, the big Ring of Chaos Spears is a great moment in Sonic 3.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that, you know, Silver's telekinesis gets like super amplified in that final battle. Like, I appreciate that there are at least increase in abilities and stuff they can do when they are in super forms. Like, that's what I want more than anything, is that if somebody gets a super form, I don't want it to just be, you know, invincible, run fast, whatever. I want there to be something to amplify what they can already do and like give them new stuff. Like Knuckles being able to basically do like punch through anything or create massive walls of flame with his fists or something, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and Tails enhancing his abilities by summoning birds, because he's known for that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he becomes a master of all things that can fly.
And Amy learns the ability to destroy birds. So, oh my, there's a battle for you. Super Hyper Tails versus Super Amy, and she's taking out his birds as soon as he can summon
she's
them.
crushing all his little birds, making him watch. Sorry.
If I was writing, the fanfic version of this, I would, give Super Tails technokinesis or something.
Like that guy from Resident Evil 8.
Sorry, you just made me think he was like able to control Techno the Canary from STC. That's what my brain. That's how he gets
she
back
is
to
a bird.
Amy.
That is true.
So yeah, there you go. That's how you get both of those Tails' super form and Techno back into the franchise. He summons all birds.
Yeah, it's just like Techno, Storm of the Albatross, Sword the Eagle from Sonic Boom,
Oh, God.
Bean.
The little birds from Sonic 2 8-bit in Sky High Zone that come out of that TV that you run into on one side. You can summon them as well. We're going deep.
I do agree. I like that the other games and especially the comics with Silver have fleshed out their unique like super form powers.
Is Super Silver from Sonic 06 or something? Because I have never finished that game. Okay.
The final battle lets you switch between Super Sonic, Super Shadow, and Super Silver.
I've been playing they did like a decompilation of it, which obviously, I've been playing that obviously because I've lost control of my fucking life, and
Oh, I'd be playing it if my computer could run.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. When with that version of it, I play that game, and I've had to admit something, which is okay. No, this is not good, but this has the juice. This is the Sonic Adventure juice. It's there. Like it's like Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah.
I can't stand Sonic Unleashed, but I cannot deny that it's got the juice, and I can't dislike it. I cannot.
We're going to get into it this year.
Yeah, we want to do something for the 30th anniversary this year.
I will say, like,
Or
Sonic
20th
06 has ambition and a drive and a story it wants to tell.
Yeah.
It's just shit. But it believes in itself,
The juice is like Sonic Adventure, right? Okay, sorry, this is a tangent. I'll be as quick as I can, okay?
No, go for
Sonic
it.
Adventure is a game that gets dumped on a lot by people who've mostly played the GameCube version, which is a big pile of old shit. But the original version, which, it's not flawless, but if it was flawless, it wouldn't be interesting. It's just this cascade of ideas, which is what Sonic 06 is as well. And they don't land, but and with Unleashed, you're playing it and you're just kind of like, I wonder what is going to happen next. I just don't know. And I would value that. I value that very much. And this is why Sonic is good and not bad, like everyone else seems to think.
Sonic is good even when he is bad, Like, it's a game that's not that good.
Sonic's Secret Rings is not good at all. Like,
Listen, I have to actually try playing that one of these days so I can have a legitimate opinion. But not that that's stopped anyone from having opinions about the storybook games despite not actually playing them,
No, there really is no need, but if you must, by all means, go ahead. I do not care for that game at all. I cannot. I wish I could.
Maybe by the time we talk about Secret Rings in full, that mod that converts it to HD to be played with a controller will be finished. And even then, but...
That might be interesting. I mean, it would be completely pointless and a huge waste of time, effort, and energy, but it would be interesting nonetheless.
Yeah.
That's never stopped anyone from doing something.
Oh God, no!
To Sonic.
No, absolutely. The fans, you got to love them. I mean, kind of. Like, you can't fault the drive. You cannot fault the work ethic.
I mean, you brought up
we are
Sonic 06, and there's not only the decomp project, but yes, completely remaking those stages for Sonic 06 in a different game engine. So it's good.
I mean, Sonic 06 is, I think, justified in a way by the use of those levels in Sonic and Shadow Generations. They're both just like really, and the music and but it's not what we're here for. Sorry, I got distracted by talking about how I like Sonic. I won't do it again.
I think, speaking of comics, I guess that's his, we can't not mention, Mr. Super hyper metal Sonic from Sonic 3
what a great moment. What a great moment and a great game.
Yeah.
Yep. I love it. I love as child me seeing it for the first time, like, again, I'm sure they didn't think of it at all, but the here's my like 8-year-old brain like, oh, the narrative implications that you can go super from just the Master Emerald was so cool, and here's the cool Sonic robot doing it.
I think I've talked about Sonic 3 and Knuckles for like 11 hours on Retronauts, to my absolute folly. I consider it to be a great work. But that moment is just another for me. It's like the how to tell a story without having any dialogue whatsoever. It's, you know that if you get 7 emeralds, you turn super. By that point, you know this, right? So it stands to reason that if you had one big emerald, that would also have quite a lot of power. Then they don't need to explain that to you. So when you get to that, as Knuckles, I believe, is the one who fights this guy, you see Mecha Sonic jump on the Master Emerald and turn gold, and it's just like, oh shit, God, this is bad. And I love that so much. I could not say enough great things about that game. It is one of the best ever to do it. I
agree.
Oof.
Yep, and you get to fight. I love the dynamic in that fight of, okay, you cannot hurt him as he's in this golden form, but you still do defeat him by, outsmarting him, which I think is a cool thing for, you the player and Knuckles, because I don't know, I love that, like you said, they don't have to explain to you how it works. That's just what he's doing. He's shooting the big energy at you, and then he runs out of it, and you kick him in the face. Yeah, that's such a great fight. God, now I'm getting all fired up. Sonic 3 Knuckles is a great game, and I love how it tells its story by just showing you this
lessen the impact, but I do kind of wish that they'd had you fight a super form of something, like using the emeralds again at some point. Just, I don't know, Infinite or something. Just give them to him. I don't know if they actually did that, because I can't remember what happens at the end of that game.
I don't think he goes super, but I think he Phantom Rubies himself to
that'll do
or
it,
something like that.
It's a shame. He could have been a great villain.
Well, maybe he's got another shot coming.
I hope so. I like Infinite. I think he was fun.
I like Infinite because he is, not to borrow an overused word from the kids, but because he is Potential Man.
Oh, yeah.
I love that he's so fucking edgy and then just kind of enters and exits like a wet fart. And even now that they've brought him back, I'm like, yes, I want to see more of this.
They've brought him back?
Idiot.
When?
Oh, yeah, and that
official
Sonic the Hedgehog podcast starring the Chaotix. The ultimate, spoilers, everyone, the ultimate villain of that miniseries ended up being Infinite. And he's back, and he's...
Does he win? Does he kill the Chaotix?
No, they foil his plans, and then before they can, beat him up or arrest him, he blows himself up with a grenade. But then everyone's like, I'm sure he'll be back someday.
I was hoping it would be like Espio crouches down behind him and Vector pushes him over. That would be funny.
There's not that exact scene, but
okay. No, you don't want me to get into my massive fanfic of all of the things Infinite can do. Perhaps another day. That would be an interesting podcast, just spewing off at the mouth of all my fanon. That would be good.
We got to save something for your next appearance.
2 listeners,
so tuck that in your back pocket.
Oh yeah.
Yes, acknowledging one of the coolest boss fights ever, Super Mecha Sonic versus Knuckles. And what was it? 10 minutes ago, I mentioned something about Super Silver in the comics. Now we can talk about the comics if we're ready.
Because there's a lot to talk about with the comics.
Turbo Tails.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Everyone's favorite.
Oh, I even forgot to write that on here.
Turbo Tails is a weird one because it's technically not a super form.
No, it's a turbo form.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird, edge cases, like I alluded to earlier. Turbo Tails is literally a bunch of tails from across the multiverse merged into one. And it's like, yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah, and then it does come back in when they have to fight Super Mammoth Mogul, where it's Supersonic, Hyper Knuckles, which, again, Archie called... It's really Super Knuckles, but they just called it Hyper... Archie fucked it all up, sorry. If you're unfamiliar with the Archie comics, they basically did their own thing with the Chaos Emeralds of super forms, so...
I think they just chose it to differentiate between Supersonic and Super Knuckles, I guess. They were just like, nah, Hyper Knuckles, from the games, I guess. So
yeah.
I think they've read all the Archie comics, and I'm still not familiar with anything they did in them, really. It just goes in one ear and out the other.
It's understandable.
I kind of respect it, though. I kind of respect the hustle of just being like, yeah, forget how this happens. It's. Yeah. I've got to, and I hate to say it, but I do kind of respect Ken Penders in a way, because what he did is he's talked for
not anymore
12 years about how he was going to make this piece of shit, right? and everyone on the internet, the whole internet, is just like, what a load of garbage, and you know what? He did it. He made it, and he put it out there, and it was awful. It's unbelievably awful.
Yeah.
Just never should have been made, but he still did it. And in a weird way, I'm like, I got to just give him a tiny little bit of credit for that. No, nothing else though. No, he said some weird shit. Oof. He did it. He still did it. So.
That's the thing about Ken Penders.
Sorry for bringing up Ken Penders
on this super episode. No, but it's worth bringing up. In a way, Ken Penders should be. There's an aspect of Ken Penders I respect in that he was an independent creator who was able to claim his own creations again because the Archie fucked up and when it came to the rights of characters and whatnot, and they did not have their shit together.
I love that he won that. It's like, come on, it's just Knuckles without like a sleeves. It's ridiculous. Of course, it's not yours.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's the thing that doesn't get brought up is Archie is a terrible fucking company too.
But they did actually like. In a way, it should be like we should be looking at Ken Penders and being like, you know what. The little guy won against the big company. He got to claim his IPs as his own, even if they are like derivative of this licensed comic that he was working for. So that should be like, good for the creator.
STC, that Supersonic is the best.
Yeah,
let's talk about that instead of Archie. We'll talk about Archie in a minute.
I mean, it is so removed from like what we understand as Supersonic, but I can understand the route, how they got there. Obviously, Kitching and Ellison big into that golden age of comics. So when you don't have Dragon Ball as the reference for what's going on, like the natural conclusion that, it's the Incredible Hulk, that just makes sense.
Yeah, that's basically it, because they don't know what an anime is, so they just they took the idea of, and I suppose partly it's like when you're playing a Supersonic, you feel like you're kind of out of control because you're too fast, too strong. You're probably gonna get crushed more than once. So it's like, it's Sonic, but he's nuts, and also we'll give him swirly eyes, so you know that.
It's extremely just an effective piece of like. You're writing for British comics in the 90s or whatever. You're writing 7 pages max. That's all you get. And it's just an extremely effective bit of writing to just go, okay, when he's super, I guess he's completely out of control and we can use that. Because it means you get things like, I want to say part 2 of Running Wild. The most famous.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one that everyone remembers.
It's because it's 7 pages of shit getting fucked up. You buy the comic and you're like, oh boy, Sonic, and then it's just like, oh, he's killed all his friends, they're all dead, and
there's a whole page of just his face, him laughing, and
the most astonishing, Elson at the absolute peak of his game, just like, whatever, I got a weekly deadline, I'll just bang this 7 pages of absolute godlike genius out, no big deal. And he's just the nicest guy in the world,
Yeah, I really love that about STC is that I don't even know what to call it, except it's one of those things that is so interesting in hindsight, especially me, because I didn't grow up with STC. I've been exposed to it by the internet and now other podcasts and whatnot, and going back and seeing like what they managed to do with the Sonic 3, the Sonic and Knuckles adaptions, and kind of getting the Chaos Emeralds right before even Sega did. That is such a cool detail. And then, that's why I still think STC's adaptation of Sonic CD is the best, because they took something, the bare bones of the story that's in the game and said, okay, well, like you said, we can use that to tell a story in this completely different medium and not end it with, as much as I like the new Archie comics with Tracy Yardley and Ian, they do end with like, and now go play the game for the rest of the story. And I'm like, that's fine, but also that's not a complete transformation of the story into a comic medium. And that's what I think STC does with Supersonic as well.
And then, of course, like weaving it into the Chaotix adaptation later on.
Yes.
If you've had Dave and Chris on here, you must have done an STC episode, right? Basically.
Oh, yes. Yeah. We've done a few.
We've done a number of them, yeah.
Because they'll tell it better than I can. But Sonic is not, to me, a story thing, really. You know, it's fun games. Really, I do like the characters. I do like making things up about them, but there's not really a story thing for me. But STC would just made it work. I think they're in a medium of freaking Judge Dredd and 2000 AD, and just going like, how do we make this for kids but retain the same level of intensity, more or less? It helps that they had such a godlike artist and Kitching being such a genius. Yeah, sorry, I won't go on about STC. They just did it right. They did it right, basically. I don't remember if they ever used Hypersonic or not. I genuinely can't remember. I assume they didn't.
No,
they didn't. It's just Supersonic during the.
I think
Sonic
the
3
online one did
Metal
it, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, like eventually, but like although Supersonic does slowly like change over time, I feel like he gets more powerful. He gets like eye lasers and stuff. He starts looking more gnarled and creepy, and his shoes look like they're burning, and he's melting, and it's more spiky and pointy.
I
and
recall
jagged.
like the only I don't mean to the only way to stop him ultimately is to sacrifice one of their friends as well, like the Omniviewer. They have to trap him in the Omniviewer. And it leads to that.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Yes.
Is that whole storyline leading up to? Isn't that the big like
Number
100
I
issue
believe,
thing?
yeah,
Is when he
yeah.
finally escapes.
victory.
Yeah, they do such a good job of building up like Supersonic, who has split off from Sonic at this time.
The cliffhanger
And-
with Chummy B noticing that his fingers have slightly moved in the Omniviewer is just it's tremendous horror. I love it so much.
I know, and he just doesn't bother to tell anybody. He just diddly dupes off. Oh man, I love it.
B is an idiot. If he was my friend, I would. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm never be friends with a B. It doesn't work out.
I know Supersonic in STC comes back for the adventure arc, but after he escapes and they neutralize him, he gets amnesia. He hangs out with Ebony in pajamas.
My beloved Ebony. Yes.
Oh yeah, I love them. The coolest magic lesbians ever.
Oh yeah.
And then, I mean, I like, because I've read the adventure arc in STC and I really like it. I do feel like maybe, and I mean that's just how the comic went. It wasn't they did this wrong. It was like they just didn't get the opportunity to do more with Supersonic because the comic was changing at the time. I mean, I ultimately think the end of Supersonic and STC, which we have covered. We've covered that whole arc on a previous episode, is pretty cool. As long as you don't, you divorce it from like the whole amnesia thing, which kind of came to nothing.
Sorry,
but,
do you mean from the adventure arc, or do you mean the Exit Sonic that Nigel Kitching did many years later?
No,
I don't think
Okay,
I'm familiar
all right.
with that.
No,
one,
fair
yeah.
play. I just wanted to be sure. That's all.
No, yeah. Just the fact that like, here Supersonic does finally, here's his big moment, similar to the adventure game, which again, I really like how they just took that game and did whatever with it to fit it in STC. And then Sonic figured it out, and it's almost like a reverse of that Running Wild, where here he's fading out and he's gone forever.
They got to go out with like 10-part arc, I think, something like that. Because I assume they knew it was just going to go all reprint after that, so it was the de facto finale until the continuation by fans. And Supersonic's such a presence over that whole comic, obviously because of the aforementioned Omniviewer thing. That every time that they show up, it's I don't know how to explain it. It's like I don't know. It's like one of the TMNT episodes where it's actually kind of serious. You you intersperse like. These stories, and I'm not having a go at Lou Stringer, he's a godlike genius to me, who's doing these more comedic, sillier Sonic stories where he's fighting people like Wendy Wallace, who controls the weather, and like characters like that. And then suddenly it's just like, actually no, this is the art, this is the Red Sky seasons of Sonic the comic now. We're into the we're into the weeds. It's fantastic stuff. And I think it's a little bit of a shame that STC isn't more beloved than it is, but I do understand why, because it's so fundamentally different to American comics. And this is not me saying like, Americans don't get it. It's not like that. It is so culturally different that I do completely understand why it would just be like, well, this isn't right. This doesn't work. This doesn't flow right. It's a totally different flow. But yeah, I'm just
I
rambling.
had that exact experience trying to read like the original scans back in the like early 2000s. You know, the scans that don't have the whole book. They have the cover, they have the Sonic stories and nothing else. And I'm like, did I miss something? There's only 6 pages. And I mean, we say this every time STC comes out, but like Sonic the Comic, the podcast has been instrumental in like actually is like a educational thing, not just about Sonic the Comic, but like British comic culture and humor and I think,
and it really has been like going through a bit of a resurgence as a result of Dave and Chris's work. I think.
Which is fantastic.
And the fact that they're trying to get whole issues on the site now, so you can see everything in context with the magazine, I think is just such a good thing too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on that again soon, which is nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. And I mean, I hope it's nice. I hope I'm not cretinous on it. That would be awful.
I know. I'm still catching up. I know they have entered the final arc, and I'm hopefully caught up by the time the end comes, so I can sob uncontrollably. But yeah, every time STC comes up, we just say, yeah, go listen to that. And if you don't, you're stupid. You're a dumb idiot.
Also, the thing about Supersonic in STC, though, is he does have a... I feel like people do know about him even if they've not been reading the comics, because he is known on the internet as Fleetway the Hedgehog from Friday Night Funkin' Mod.
Oh my god! You can't not bring that up. That some of the kids do know of this Supersonic because of that, and I think that's kind of. I don't know if cool is the word, but
I mean, it's no different than
Something.
it's no different than me first finding out about STC Supersonic from like Comic Sonic Short.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I remember when I was on like the Sonic the Comic like forums back in the day, and people would get really mad about people calling him Fleetway, you know? And I'm just like, I'm always just like, and I'm not doing the whole, I'm better than these people, though, to be honest, I am. I'm sitting there like, well, I'm sorry, I'm worse than, there are many people I'm worse than, but not them. And I'm sitting there sort of like, well, who gives a shit? Like, it doesn't matter. It's just it's how they're differentiating the character, you know? It makes sense that they would do that. I never understood the rage. You know?
A lot of those people are the same ones who get angry that we call Sonic Saturday morning Sat AM.
Yeah.
It is just like, I feel like it is just like, well, this is what we're going to call the character. I don't think maybe some people think he's actually called Fleetway. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
We should make them both angry and just start calling them Egmont.
Egmont Fleetway the Hedgehog. All right, so we talked about how cool and awesome Supersonic is in Sonic the Comic. Archie, like I said, Archie did do their own things with the super forms, the Chaos Emeralds. And I mean, I can't even, it's all in hindsight. As a kid, of course, I thought all of their like Hyper Knuckles and Turbo Tails was cool. I can't remember, was he still red when he came back to fight Super Mammoth Mogul? But he had the cape.
When you've been saying Turbo Tails, I have been thinking of Titan Tails in my head.
Yeah,
the giant, bulky, hulking mass version.
Oh, I thought Turbo Tails was the big fella. The
That's what
okay.
I'd internalized that, apparently. Turbo Tails is this. I've forgotten that they did a Turbo Tails and a Titan. Is it Titan Tails?
It is Titan
Is that what he's
Tails.
called?
Tubby Tails.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, there he is.
Oh no, he's hot.
Okay, yes, I'm seeing in the additional notes on this same page that in the original Turbo Tails was red with a blue cape and it got recolored in reprints.
Okay.
So you can't fool me. Spent way too long talking about Turbo Tails now and all of Archie. Archie also did, I guess I'd call it interesting because I do think that issue is bad. What is it, 71, the one where Sonic changes to his modern adventure appearance with the green eyes, where they printed it backwards because they thought they were so clever. And Sonic uses a Super Emerald to save Knothole Village, which is in a time dimension type thing, and he goes Super and then Ultra, which was another form.
Okay, so this is how I recall it. Because Supersonic in the comics is just, it's Sonic but more powerful, as you'd expect. It's just yellow Sonic. And then he changed into Ultrasonic, which had appeared in the comic before. That's the one where he absorbed all those power rings and he had sparks and stars and...
Yes, from Nate Morgan. Ultrasonic was never really explained other than it was just a cool thing from absorbing rings and like implied that he and because Tails gets it too. I think, do they call him Hyper Tails, I believe?
I think so.
That like they even gave Tails his flickies. Like you said, he's atomic. He can like manipulate atoms because he like shoots like boiling water out of nowhere at... I've heard this form of Ixis Naugus called Ugly Naugus, which is hilarious. I don't think that was ever in the comics.
I mean, that's not that impressive. I can manipulate atoms. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm squishing some between my fingers.
But otherwise, he looks like Sonic, so it's not really that impressive.
But he does shift forms between, you know, like Polar Sonic, Eco Sonic, Solar Sonic.
Yeah, and those just sort of like seem to reflect the environment he's in. So,
and they just coincidentally mirror some of the colors he changes to as Hypersonic.
They're quite sort of toyetic, but they didn't do Archie toys to my knowledge.
Nope.
No. The closest we got is they packaged some of the, what was it, Sonic Universe issues with some action figures.
Oh, right, because I know there
there
are people out there who are going to want like Sally Acorn figures for reasons, but I don't remember them doing that.
Those people have access to 3D printers. They don't need it.
They do, okay.
They'd have to dig through the trash at
Let me write this down a sec.
Sydney
3D
Sonic
printer.
Yeah, you'll need to go Sega World Sydney to get actual official Sally Acorn merchandise, because she was one of the mascots of that theme park, so... But not in the comics themselves or anything like that.
Yep. Didn't... Adam, the Eggman's super computer lady, kind of got a super form along with...
While possessing Tommy Turtle, and that led to his death, which makes it the most important super form of all.
Yes, one of the few Sonic characters who died and canonically went to hell forever.
That's a Yardley, right? That's got to be a Yardley.
Oh yeah, that's a Yardley.
Yeah, of this dumb idea, Yardley really realized it well artistically.
I got to get Yardley to see if they can do a Super Mary.
Ooh yeah. Oh yeah, I love Tracy's Mary.
That does seem like the natural progression.
That's like the weirdest thing in my life is Yardley being a fan of that comic, which is a bit name droppy, but it's just out of nowhere, just like, oh yeah, I drew this. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like,
no, I think Tracy is just a really cool fucking guy.
Yeah,
I
would agree.
I don't care who knows it.
It's funny because we're always talking on the podcast like about how Tracy Yardley helped, like, you know, visually make Sonic look good in the comics again. Not that he was bad, but I feel like Tracy was sort of like helped the visual identity of Sonic in the Archie comics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feel better, more in tie with the games and more like good looking. So and yet just a really cool person who's online.
I can't say enough nice things about Tracy Yardley. It just seemed like a mensch, basically. Really, just a cool guy. Yeah. And I love the art. I would really like to get some of the prints that he sells, but they're very expensive for me. But I will. I mean, I can't really complain because I've been receiving these Merry Hell drawings. I'm very grateful for them. You know, I think the funniest things. Sorry to go on about the funniest thing ever was when I did the swimsuit special, the charity thing, and Tracy did a drawing for it, which was surprisingly risque, and advertised it by posting like the drawing of the butt, like. Here's a preview of my piece of art for this, and it was just this enormous butt, and I was just like, that is marketing. That's incredible. Well done.
I do really like Super Scourge's design.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Know, Scourge, former Evil Sonic. Yeah, even back in the day, there was like a Sonic Grams where they talked about how they arrived on it, and that they basically took the original Super Sonic thing where if you invert Sonic's color palette, it does kind of look like Super Sonic, and did that with Super Scourge. Took his green and it becomes a scary violet.
I like that it is specifically triggered by the Anarchy barrels and not the Chaos Emeralds, because they gotta have a anti-Mobius equivalent.
Yep.
This makes me want to reread Archie. Damn.
It's it's one of those to where
as long as you're within a certain window, you're fine.
I mean, I don't think enough positive things can be said about what Ian Flynn did for that comic. Like that shit was alchemy.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, yes, it was confusing for like 20 issues, but just wrapping up the loose ends. My God.
I always say to people, like, I wouldn't say you have to read all of it, but you do appreciate what Ian and the new artists and the folks did when they got basically got control over it, if you don't know how messy it was. Which is why I really like, I'd say it almost every time, I still really like Bobby Schroeder's Thanks Ken Pender's blog.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Because she goes through the highlights of the good and the bad. Like, Archie, it is what it is. Like, there are good things and bad things. And even like STC, you have to view it a lot in context. It does get really bad. And then it gets really good.
Yeah. I don't think anything that big and that long and with that much material is going to have its peaks and troughs. It's
Oh, of course.
It's
I think because it's Sonic. Because, I mean, a lot of comics are like that. Like, I don't follow any major, like, superhero comics. But, I mean, they're all about that. Like, off the top of my head, there's, like, 4 or 5 concurrent Spider-Man books that are all different going. And, of course, not all of those are going to be good all the time.
This is the appeal of the Western sort of comic book style, which is often held up as one of its negatives, is the fact that it never ends, It's like, well, where do I start? And it's like, yes, I mean, that is a valid question, but also you really should just pick one up and see how you feel about it. Like, and if you like it, the knowledge that you might need to appreciate it more is available to you at your fingertips. And that's true of Archie as well. Archie Sonic. You can really start from 160 if you want to, if you just want the good stuff. I mean, there is good stuff before that, obviously, but if you want just the consistently good stuff, pick that up and get on the wiki, or just download it all illegally for free. It's right there. Yeah.
They're never going to sell those again. We've said that before. Like, yeah, just go get them. They're out there.
if they did STC collected editions, you better believe I'd buy them. But they're never going to. So feel free, have at it.
I know. Oh man.
It's funny that you mentioned about Ian Flynn coming in and cleaning up, basically. Like, it was funny that it was Ian and Tracy coming in at the same time to be like, all right, let's make this good again. And one of the things they did was they were like, there are too many fucking emeralds in this. We need 7 of them. It's Sonic.
There are too many emeralds
one of the things
days.
They did is,
please eliminate 3.
Yeah, it was also, I know we're not seriously, I just sorry, not to be a bummer, just encountered someone talking about, the fact that so many Sonic fans blame the writers for everything, including Ian. But to be clear, it was the new editor for the Archie Sonic series that also came in and said, no, you have X amount of issues to get rid of all of this shit. And that's what Ian did. Just to avoid the comparison, like, oh, Ian came in and took over and started killing off people's beloved characters. Like,
there are issues where there are maybe upwards of 8 see this issue on one page, because he has the least enviable job in the world, which is to fix that absolute hot mess that he'd been left with. And does it with aplomb. And, some of those issues are hard going because they are just, hey, remember this? Well, now it's done. Now it's gone. Remember that? It's hard going, but that's the task. That's the job. And the job was done well. And I applaud them for it.
I agree. Making Feist the god panda of the special zone relevant again to whittle the Chaos Emeralds down into one set, I think is a genius work. A completely stupid idea that Ian took and made relevant again.
I just love Dr. Finitivus, really. I'm obsessed with that design, which is again inspired, it seems, by STC Dr. Zachary. But
it's like one of those things where I don't know if it was just of course Ian was reading STC, so it's fine. It's that and the what was his name? There's that character Wetchnia in some Knuckles Chaotix, who's that glitchy version of Knuckles, who's got the white and black color palette.
Finitivus's redesign was pre-Ian. It was John Gray and Return to Angel Island, I thought.
Yes.
The way that Yardley draws Finitivus, come on. That's just unbelievably done.
Oh man, we didn't even think of Interjack as some kind of super form. We save that for the end.
So.
But by that same extension, you could say that Green Knuckles is
Oh God, Green. Yeah. No man. Speaking of,
I mean, is it a super form? He's just green from going forward.
It's from Chaos Energy, so it's adjacent.
Yeah. The power of
Was
jealousy.
it Sally's super form when she stripped clothes and got into the pool of the source and all
God.
that?
So some people, yes, that is a
God,
very
when
super form and was very
Swear to God, when
formative
I
to
was a
people.
kid and I'd never read this comic, I got given like a batch of about 12 issues, and that was one of them, and I think it ruined my life.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, you and Fangu, who we had on our podcast, our super friend, who was just like, I got to see this issue, and you saw Sally Acorn's vagina balls, and I was changed forever, man.
Well, the thing is, like, respectfully, again, and this is not me having a go at anyone, because there's only really one way that is drawn, and it is that the fact is that squirrel has a human woman's bottom and back and legs, and that's going to do stuff to you, you know?
Yeah.
If you're of that, you know, it's going to hit you wrong, all right, so right, who knows?
It just happens.
It is what it is, you know? It's like picking up a copy of Ranma when you're, like, 8 and then just transforms everything you've ever known about anything. It's exactly the same.
Yeah. But if we didn't have all of that, we wouldn't have gotten Super Armor Mega Man. So thank you, Sally, Naked Sally Acorn.
Super fighting robot.
It's, you know, it's just Rush adapter Mega Man with a gold armor plating, but it rules, so I can't complain.
Looks dope.
Yep. Very cool.
I like Mega Man. He's a cool little fella.
The Mega Man, the initial Mega Man Sonic crossover is just about as perfect a crossover as you could ask for. Just everything complements everything else really well. They take the bits that work between Sonic and Mega Man and slap them together. It's great.
I haven't read it, but I will. I will read it. I will read it.
Yes, it's very nice.
It's a delight, and I'm looking forward to when we get to cover it.
Didn't the second one have like Alex Kidd and shit in it? That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, that's Worlds Unite.
Yeah, Worlds Unite.
It's
interesting, but it got a little busy for its own good.
Yeah,
right.
But I always say
it's a novelty.
Without it, we wouldn't have Styx the Badger being like, "Holy shit, there's Ryu from Street Fighter." So I think it's worth it as well. Oh yeah, I always forget the golden armor from the there it is.
Oh, from the French Sonic comic, yeah.
I thought that was really cool. When we did an episode of that with Jolene, that was super cool.
It is. I mean, it is just supersonic, but they specifically said you have won the challenge to get the golden armor when he does the blue spheres. Basically.
Yeah, but incorporated the special stage. I really like that, and it just happens to be.
No, I haven't read it.
It's unique. It's kind of like seeing a Franco-Belgian style Sonic. I quite like it. It's just one issue, but it's fun.
It has a whole very Sonic Adventure like Echidna story with a Princess Echidna and everything before Tikal and all them. Just coincidentally.
Is it available to read illegally on the internet for free?
Oh yeah,
I believe so.
Oh yeah,
you bet.
The translation we saw was pretty basic, but I can't remember if there was a new one down the pipeline.
Well, we started working on one, never finished it.
Oh yeah, well maybe someday.
Yeah.
IDW has also, of course, brought back the super forms. We've seen Supersonic. Now that I think about it, has Super Shadow showed up in IDW proper yet?
I'm pretty sure he has.
He said the words, that's the lyrics from the song.
Yay!
Yeah, that's the
special.
thing that Ian likes doing a bit.
Yep, I'm not going to pretend it's not cool.
It is cool.
Like everyone else on this planet.
Okay, so that's where we're standing. That's where we're landing
cool.
on that. I mean, yeah. Sometimes
it's
I'm all
dope.
like, okay.
I'm observing it rather than mocking it. I just want to make that clear. I do think that one Mega Man one where it's just Dr. Light reciting like an entire Proto Man song or something is a bit much, but
yeah, like that one was one of the ones that was like, it's a bit much. We don't need a direct quote from the Megas for the entire chorus.
He got better at it later on. There's a bit where he just loosely he has Airman saying "You can't beat me" as a reference to Airman Tausenai.
Oh yeah,
but it's that's subtle,
yeah.
you know. It's
I still can't believe that showed up in the Crossworlds Festival for Mega Man. It's like, why is Airman here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't defeat Airman
because you.
So goofy.
Sounds like you can though. Apparently on that festival.
I know that the Neo Metal Sonic arc in IDW is I haven't reread it in a long time. I'm sure I would still like it. I do see now, looking back, it is super like, hey, here's just a bunch of cool stuff. But I mean, I can't not find the Super Neo Metal Sonic cool,
it's dope as hell. Yeah.
I love his giant. I mean, it is a kilt. It's a kilt cape with just a giant crotch plate. I love it. And yeah, he did it with the Master Emerald, like
Crazy.
Super Mecha Sonic. And yeah, look at him. And he specifically, Metal Sonic now has to evolve into this form if he wants to speak. So I appreciate that as well.
Oh, there's Silver and Supersonic. Yeah, because isn't that more or less how they resolve the Metal Virus arc? Is Supersonic and Super Silver use psychokinetic powers to
defeat the Red Hulk.
Get rid of it.
The Topaz, the Warp Topaz. Yes, from.
I think that was the last time we saw a super form show up in IDW, unless I'm forgetting something.
Yeah, it's been a while. Like, I mean, I enjoy that. Like, I would rather them, like the games, treat it more of it's not a win button. Like, like Super Saiyans became. Like, oh, everybody's Super Saiyan. And then you have to...
We didn't really talk about it, but that was a thing where it was like, for a while, super forms were only showing up in the final boss fights and not as the, special unlockable thing. That only came back within the last decade and a half or so.
Yeah, was it?
It would have been Colors.
Colors was the first one where it's like an extra thing. Yeah,
I suppose like many of these levels aren't designed to be like sped through with Supersonic.
Yeah,
that was something very much. And so you could say even the old classic games weren't either. That's why you would die so much as Supersonic. But it's fine.
Yeah, I hate to say, as much as I love the rest of that game, Generations might be the worst for just like. Yeah, you're Supersonic. Now you don't get to play 90% of the level.
Forces works the same way.
Yeah, it's nice of them. It was nice of them to put it in. I think for the first time in how long was it? Colors that did it? You said.
Yeah, it was basically between like there was a good 12 plus year stretch where you couldn't do it because like I think the last time you were able to do Supersonic. Like from the jump is technically if you unlocked it in like Sonic R, I guess would have been the last time before that.
Yeah, because both of the adventure games, I know Adventure 1, there was plans at some point to have you could play on the overworlds and in Sonic's levels. I think same for SA2, and of course people have done mods for that. But yeah, Sonic Heroes, Shadow, Unleashed. 06 is the biggest, like, I mean, we've already talked about the potential for that one. But
yeah, that's something they literally put back into Project 06, and it's, fits perfectly.
Yep.
I mean, Unleashed has the kind of interesting assumed awareness where in the beginning you get Supersonic blowing the shit out of the flag of the fleet, basically. Which is an interesting early.
Oh, by the way, that is one. I don't like Unleashed very much, but I love that scene. It's
it's really great. Yeah,
like Supersonic looks so powerful.
One of the best Sonic animated sequences ever. Still, I give it that.
I'm surprised that we have had very few instances of Super Eggman or any sort of like.
Yeah, there is. Do you have that Sonic Channel image on standby?
I mean, I've got a couple of images on standby because there's four main ones I can think of. There's Supreme High Robotnik and Adventures.
That's such a dope name.
There's the STC version where he's just basically becomes a god.
Doesn't it happen more than once in STC?
That's the second version there. That one's where he's like that's the one like life energy that he's got like the Mobius energy in him, and before that is where he gets the emerald powers and he can lift the floating island in his hands.
Doesn't he zap Tails into like a crystal and you're like, oh no?
Yeah,
I don't think that when Robotnik is ripped like that, I think he's actually less sexy than when he's normal.
I agree. He should embrace his body shape as it is.
I was about to say, what, don't you have the picture of Robotnik lifting up the entire... But there it is. There it is.
Yep.
One of my favourite memes back in the day was editing that, so it was just an enormous cake.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that from the STCO
somebody sent that to me
forums.
for my birthday, like ages and ages ago on the Sonic Paradox forums. And
It's a glorious, glorious thing. Yeah.
Cake. And then, Sonic Movie 2 obviously had Robotnik absorbing the Master Emerald and turning into the weird, like, techno god whatever thing. You can smell the electricity in your brain.
What got me, in Sonic Movie 2 Super Sonic, I'm sorry, I gotta say it, is they probably weren't doing this on purpose, but the vaguest hint that he's gonna turn evil.
Oh yeah, it's really
right
brief.
At the end, there's like the slight, oh shit, and I'm sitting there on the edge of my seat like, no way, and then no. But
yeah, Knuckles puts a point on it. I'm like, oh, and then he gets hit with a hot dog.
He's not the Hedgehog you remember.
That's not me saying, oh, that's bad, because I think they've done a great job with those movies, really. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
but
absolutely.
It was a very cool little touch.
And then the last one came out, and there was a load of Metal Sonics, and I was like, hang on.
They got my ass so bad, like Defender Forever now.
Yeah.
What stunned, and I'll say this very, very briefly because I know I talk too much. What stunned me was the fact that the Knuckles miniseries was amazing.
It's really fun.
It's just like, why is this so good? This is absolute rubbish premise, and they know it, and they just go, why don't we just have some fun with this? It's so funny, and I love it, and I'm pissed off that Wade Whipple wasn't in the third movie more.
Yep, I was visibly disappointed that Wade didn't have more to do.
We are in the Wade Whipple is good actually camp, as many people should be, and because of that show solely.
They had no right to be that good, and it was. They just knocked it. I mean, for Christ's sake, the rock opera. For Christ's sake.
I just saw someone, I think they officially announced they have a no details, but they're doing another mini-series in the movie universe. And I saw someone like, oh, I hope it's better put together than the Knuckles one. I'm like, couldn't be me. I hope it's exactly the same. I hope Shadow the Hedgehog goes on a road trip with, I don't know, some asshole.
I'm telling you, it's going to be Crazy Carl.
Yeah, Crazy Carl, yeah. I just want it to be Knuckles 2 and just Wade Whipple and his family and Knuckles doing stuff again. That's all I want. I don't care what. They can go to fucking Wendy's or something. I just want to see them hanging out. Maybe Knuckles could learn about another religion or something, like Islam.
Yeah, just learns the religions.
What is it? He says the pie of wine, which is key, is amazing. Come on, that's so good. This pie of lime, which is key. It's so good. Oh, everyone should watch it. Everyone listening to this, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it now. You will not regret it.
People were so down on it because they were people had the wrong expectations, and maybe some of us did. We were like, "Oh, they're going to do Knuckles show. What Sonic things are they going to do? They're not going to do Sonic things in this show. It's their fucking Knuckles.
Knuckles goes super.
That's what they're going to do
a bit." So it's relevant.
Yeah.
I haven't done another pointless tangent that's just going to be cut. It's fine.
Also, there's another Eggman for us to cover. There he is. That's the Sonic Channel art where he's got...
Yeah, he uses a prototype Phantom Ruby.
And his stash has gone all super. That's great.
I love it.
I always think that they should make Robotnik more of a physically imposing presence, because my theory is that is all muscle. Like
that is why
they do.
I love it in. I know what you're gonna say, Faulerro. That's why I love it in IDW. Yeah. Anytime one of those little fucking 3-foot tall fur balls gets too close to Eggman, he will grab them by the neck or extremity and toss them around like the little
glorious.
freaks they are.
It's absolutely glorious. Get wrecked, Doctor. Whatever your name was, Duck. I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, Starline. Yeah.
Duck.
I feel like he's done it to Sonic. Doesn't he do it to Tails? Oh no, he tries to shoot Tails with a realistic looking gun, and it's
based.
It's pretty cool.
He does it to Surge as well, I think.
I'm glad that they do that because that's my interpretation of him. I think he's not a bumbling. Well, he can be bumbling, but I don't think that he's weak. I think it's important that he should be.
No, I agree.
I think they've handled Eggman really well in IDW in general, though. I think
IDW Eggman is like so much of his own thing in a way because he's not well. He's like this guy who doesn't know what he's doing half the time. He's just doing stupid shit. And I'm like, wait a minute, that is the Eggman from the games.
I know.
You know, because it's this... He released a virus on the world because he thought it would be cool. And then it just ruined everything.
Starline's whole thing was good because he was the character who was like, oh, Dr. Eggman, I love everything you do, but you're kind of out there sometimes. Why is that? And he's just like, the fuck are you talking about? Amusement parks, man. and it drove Starline insane.
And that's about the only thing they ever really do with it, like because that's not really canon.
No,
it was
Sonic Channel. I think to plug Wendy's site again, Wendy's has translated those. I think they were.
It is part of a Sonic World or Sonic Channel series called like Otherworld Comedy, which was specifically like AU type stuff. That's also where we got Silver skating with Elise.
Yes, and Sonic, is it Sonic and Knuckles doing the pro wrestling, and Sonic's doing the Jester costume and all that?
Yeah, and like Vector Man.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, literally Vector Man. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, related to Eggman, I also cannot believe we have not gotten Supersonic in more animated adaptions. It's basically just Sonic X.
It's literally just Sonic X.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's the weird thing is all of the Western cartoons, every single one of them does not do Supersonic. They might do something similar to it, but they've never done Supersonic. Despite that, Satayam having that one episode literally called Supersonic.
Oh, that always pissed me off as a kid.
Throwing spaghetti at the wall with those titles, just like,
I didn't watch
blank.
them, but like Boom and Prime never did it, did they?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Prime is the most surprising one, where they basically set up from the beginning like, oh yeah, we could get a Supersonic, and then they don't do it. And it's disappointing like most of Prime.
Yeah, the closest we got in Prime was, I believe it was called Shatter Sonic.
He powers up with the MacGuffin from the beginning that split the universe.
Oh, that's just synthwave Sonic. That's
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. It's fine, but Prime is what Prime was. So,
what was it? Sat AM. It's literally the last episode of the show. Where was there anything special about the ring they used? I cannot remember.
No, what happens is this is a storyline they build up to. Is they're collecting the deep power stones because they're like, we need some sort of magical MacGuffin to give Sonic superpowers. What should we come up with? What have we got at our disposal?
They mentioned the power stones before as a like energy source in the episode everyone remembers of Griff the Griffin. So yeah, the deep power stones. Okay.
Depending on which angle you shove them in, they can either destroy the world or make people powerful. And so at the end, Sally and Sonic join them together to both become kind of super, as you put in the...
Unbreakable heterosexual love destroys Sonic.
I never saw this because I used to watch it on Channel 4 in the UK, and they showed the adventures, and I loved that. And then this just started one week with no like announcement. It was just like this now, and I was like, "Where's Scratching the Ground? I'm not watching. This isn't funny." Yeah,
that's literally how I remember it. I was just tuning in for adventures, and it's like, "Oh, they've changed the opening. What? What? Who's that? Why Sonic got a moustache?"
I've come to appreciate the theme song, but that's really it, sadly.
The theme song's good. That's about it. Even though as we've talked about on the podcast, the theme song is just like, Sonic, this is about him. This is just a show about Sonic. And then you get into the show, it's like, we must save my father, Sonic.
Hey, it's Sonic,
so
and he's doing
barely
stuff.
Anything. Sonic, he's really cool. No, let's get to Sonic Underground now. Let's talk about Sonic Underground, because
it's the only cartoon to almost kind of adapt Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
And it is the one Western cartoon that did technically give us a super form.
Okay.
Chaos Dingo.
God damn it.
That is just...
He's a big pile of spunk.
He didn't want to become super. He wasn't like charging and powering up. He just got
the incredible melting.
Well, isn't that Dingo's whole thing?
He got infected because Sleet turned him into a box and put the Chaos Emerald shards in it.
I would call him Dungo in that form.
Oh no, Sleet, don't turn me into a box and put things in me. I'd hate that.
I feel like I like to interpret it as he's been transformed so many times that his body can no longer hold a consistent form. So when he's got the Chaos Emeralds in him, he just returns
just Clayface, isn't it?
That's why.
He kind of looks like the monster that kills that poor lady in Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
I only put Hyper Metal Sonic from the OVA as kind of a joke, just because I think they just gave him that name to make him even cooler.
My Hyper Metal Sonic.
He is kind of like significant. in that, because he is not just Metal Sonic in that. I suppose he is Metal Sonic with Sonic's DNA I guess, like in him.
Brain
now.
waves.
So, yeah, I know, right? That's Sonic. He's always up to
slinging his DNA everywhere.
Hey, Robotnik, how did you get Sonic's DNA? Hey, don't worry about it. This doesn't matter.
Well, you know those hedgehogs. How'd you get his... Sorry, Sonic was crouching again.
Oh, God, yeah. There's always residue.
But yeah, it's just Metal Sonic, really. A cool version of Metal Sonic, but, you know.
We did technically get a super version of Metal Sonic years later in Mania Adventures.
That was almost super. And he doesn't turn yellow or anything, but he does get powered up. Then he was gonna go on the Master Emerald, and he thought, oh, maybe he'll turn super. But then Knuckles comes in and punches him into the horizon, so we never get to see it.
So Knuckles can canonically punch all of the emeralds out of you.
That's true. Established in his very first appearance, he's got the power to de-emerald.
That's my favorite underutilized power of Knuckles. They should bring that back officially. Next time there is a super level threat.
I always felt like in the second movie when Sonic does the spin at him and he just stops him is a little bit like that. Just like that whole you think I need your power, which is really awesome, by the way.
And later on he punches the emeralds out of
he sure does.
Robotnik, darn it.
Gets him right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, it's just something he can do. Hit you hard enough, knock all your kidney stones out. I feel like he could do that if they were magically empowered with chaos energy, which I could see that.
Yeah, there's a lot of other people who have gotten forms that are pretty close to either they're maybe not exactly super forms, but close enough that they're worth mentioning. Like, obviously,
the magical gems are involved.
Yeah, obviously, Perfect Chaos is technically a super form.
Yeah.
Yep. That was kind of the first thing to try and I don't know if they've ever expanded upon it, but the whole like negative energies in the Chaos Emeralds, again, something that STC did a lot with because of the whole Origins thing, the origins of those. Perfect Chaos is technically, he's a big old scary Godzilla.
And then one for the stews in the room, Ultimate General from Sonic Advance 3.
There he is.
7 Chaos Emeralds, it counts. Burning Blaze is,
there she is,
a phenomenal design. Like, this does the thing I want where it, it modifies the user's abilities, but also it like substantially changes their appearance as well to actually make it look like a proper transformation. Like, you can see the flames coming off of her hair and the fringe on her clothes and everything. It's like a perfect design for me. 10 out of 10.
I like that it's not just Super Blaze, it's Burning Blaze.
Blaze is a perfect design anyway, so it's impossible to fuck that up. If one has to have a Sonic waifu, then, for me, it would be Blaze the Cat. And they do, and it is.
I'm amazed, even if it's in its like heyday, like Archie didn't try and experiment with those before they got like reined in. But I don't know. I just think it's cool. I think it's a cool, unique form for Blaze. Like, I'm sure there are tons of people who've done comics and fanfics about how different if Sonic used them or vice versa. But Burning Blaze is cool enough on its own. Yeah, kind of in the same category as a Burning Blaze, it's like alternate forms, is Darkspine and Excalibur from the storybook games. I think it's interesting. Because I haven't replayed the games, but I can't remember what it was. Probably for our Who is Sonic episode, I went back to like the stories of them. So many people love those stories, and they've got their reasons. I'm not saying they're wrong. I did think it was interesting that I think Darkspine Sonic is specifically, it's those 7 world rings, and Razor Jin absorbs them and becomes the giant. I can't even remember the name.
Alf Lela Walela, I think.
Yes, thank you. And I think it's implied that Darkspine is literally caused by Sonic witnessing Shara's death. Like, it is like a scary negative form. Kind of like, also on this list is like Dark Super Sonic from Sonic X. And I just thought that was interesting. I never really said that. I might be repeating hearsay, but I remember that moment in the game and thinking it's pretty cool. And I think they're both super interesting designs. They are definitely just alternate forms of Super Sonic to fill that same, place you would at the end of a game.
Yeah.
For whatever people think of the games themselves, you're not going to hear me saying the gold armor and the giant sword is not cool. It is.
Dark Supersonic, as you mentioned.
Yeah, from the fake Chaos Emeralds created by the Metarex. I mean, what can you say? It only shows up for like 30 seconds on screen, but launched so many fanfics and fan characters. Oh, I had an old picture I drew of Dark Super Shadow that was like stolen by so many people on DeviantArt and recolored for their OCs. So I think it's a cool thing, but I think a lot of people read into a lot that isn't there. I mean, you get the cool scene from Eggman basically saying like, "Whoa, Sonic, you gotta calm down. You're supposed to be the good guy." But they never really did anything after that. It's cool, though.
No, it was like Sonic was going to have a personality for a minute, and then they were like, "No, can't have that."
Whenever Sonic gets serious,
it does
it's dope.
actually happen.
Like whenever that happens, it's like in Spider-Man. Whenever Spider-Man gets like serious and stops joking, you know,
Whenever he stops quipping, you know something's wrong.
Exactly. I think I agree. And I think that's a good moment. Oh yeah.
I'll chase you to the ends of the earth.
You can't get away from me. I love that guy.
The coolest.
There's speaking of Sonic X, there's also what we dubbed the semi-pseudo supersonic in Sonic F, where he just uses the 2 emeralds to destroy Eggman's phallic base.
It's not really a super form. It's just an end of season cool power up, I guess.
And it works. I always liked how they treated the emeralds in Sonic X with like you got to be careful bringing them together or they will just explode. You got to be careful.
Yeah, they're the Infinity Stones, basically. Sorry.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
We do have to mention it just for the sake of completion. Yes, Imperator X used it in Chronicles. Nobody gives a shit.
That is my favorite Sonic character of all time.
Someone has to give a shit. Yeah, Imperator X. Well, he's another one of those wizened older echidnas with light fur. So.
Oh no! I just got PTSD from that image that you've just posted. Oh no!
Oh no! Of Golden Dragon Trip. Now
I did not enjoy that boss fight. Good lord! I'm a defender of that game, and I will never defend that boss fight. Sweet Christ.
I am too.
Nope.
I always tell people I think it's a good time. All of the bosses they should have done differently. But Trip, I love Trip as a character. I think she's super cool and cute. And speaking of unique super forms, she turns into like a cool dragon.
Yeah.
Like what's there not to love about a cool dragon? And I think, like I said, I think that opens up if they which I hope they do someday, more classic style games. Like, giving more characters unique super forms. And we've talked about at length Sonic Colors. Not really super forms with those color powers. I mean, I super love the final boss with the unlimited colors, and in Japanese, it's the guy from Kamen Rider. I can't. Was it the announcer?
Yeah, it's the same narrator from Kamen Rider Double, which is where
the merging of all of the different wisps it's not a super form, but it's invoking it, isn't it? It's basically like you are onto a god now. Punch Eggman in the face.
That is, and it is pretty much just straight taken from the finale of Kamen Rider Double, where they're just like using all the Gaia memories to.
I gotta watch that someday.
It's a cool ass shonen moment. So.
I watched like 3 episodes of that, and I thought it was awesome, and then for some reason I just stopped. I should go back.
We also got to mention Doom Shadow because it's functionally a super form.
Yeah.
It's what they could do in the game where he cannot narratively have all the Chaos Emeralds.
You don't take damage, you lose rings, you can sort of fly. It's basically a super form.
How can we make Shadow the coolest thing in the world even cooler?
Doom form.
Well, first of all, the gun, obviously, but second, wings. If only he had a gun there, eh?
I am absolutely. They should give Shadow the gun back. I wish in the what is it, the museum room in Shadow Generations, like if you tilt the camera in a certain way, you can just see
a realistically modeled pistol. Just
where he's he's just
trophy case.
This is his gun cleaning
Shadow's
area.
iconic
like
gun.
Acknowledge it. Acknowledge it.
Yeah, a little
damn
plaque
you.
that's like the Slayer of Hundreds.
Well, I know we're winding down here. I did want to ask just around the table because Jake, who couldn't be here today, suggested this. Is there a character throughout all of Sonic's history you wish could get a unique super form? And if you had some bit of story of how they would discover it?
Yes.
let me see. Oh, I want to say Jake's because it was really funny. Jake said Tommy Turtle should get an ice pick lobotomy and accidentally eat the Chaos Emeralds, and then Super Tommy Turtle was born.
We did technically get Super Tommy Turtle through Adam, so
I liked the part where it said he should get an ice pick lobotomy.
yeah.
I think after that, really just sort of a vegetable.
I'm cool with any Tommy Turtle slander. That's the most ridiculous, I think, amongst a lot of ridiculous things, storylines in Archie, where here's this Looney Tunes ass looking turtle, and he's no, don't you remember Sonic's best friend, Tommy Turtle? Even as a child, I'm like, what the? No, get out of here. I hate this guy.
I think what would be good is if in Sonic Rush Adventure, if you sailed to 7 really sort of disparate points on the map that didn't have anything in them, you found like the 7 magical didgeridoos or something, and Marine the Raccoon transforms into, I don't know, Ayers Rock, but with a big face and just talking even more Australian nonsense.
That's how you explain.
She should get like water powers and be up.
That's actually really.
She already does the water Hadoken.
Wait a minute, that is very good, but we're looking at Give Thoughts and Another. Ultramarine, come on. That's like the one above them. That is not me trying to one-up you. I think we should have Aquamarine and then Ultramarine in that order.
Yeah.
When she gets the 7 super
Yeah, that's actually should be it.
The 7 super, I don't know, what do Australian people like? Kangaroos.
Vegemite.
Vegemite, yeah, Vegemite, perfect. Yeah.
Fosters.
The Vegemite of the Eggman Empire.
I love it.
I just like Marine the Raccoon. I thought Marine the Raccoon was fun and they should bring her back.
I agree. Every time
absolutely.
she still gets acknowledged in like the background of an official like wallpaper, I'm like, there she is.
A shadow gets its wings.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to say Styx just because I also like Styx. I think she's a crazy little lady they should bring back.
Ballistics.
I can't. Oh, there. Thank you. I was about to say, but I don't have any good idea. No, there you go. Ballistics, and she also has guns. They don't give Shadow guns. They should give.
This is my
give Marine
boomsticks.
guns. There are many like it, but this one's mine.
God, she's literally boomsticks. Bean the Dynamite should get weed, and he becomes baked beans.
The 7 chaos strains. Sorry.
How incorrigible a super Jet the Hawk would be. You know what? Jet the Hawk would get like the pity super forms we were talking about.
Jumbo Jet.
Yeah, Jumbo Jet.
And he would just be talking it up like, now I'm super powerful. Look at me.
My dad says I'm super powerful.
Exactly.
That was
it's like,
good.
no, we all get that. Your hair didn't even change, Jet.
Serious answer, let's let the Chaotix have it. I would love the idea of SBO projecting like giant energy projectile Shuriken and Kunai or Charmy, like launching off multiple high-speed stingers, or Vector like ripping through literally anything with his jaws, stuff like that.
Instantly able to find any computer room anywhere. Sorry, childish.
Yes. Could bring back the like the Sonic Heroes style three team super.
And it just
blast.
goes.
Yeah. Can you dig it? And then
wow. Booker T.
Semi-serious, semi-joke answer. Just give like have Eggman build some sort of like a drive that naturally harnesses the Chaos Emerald's power that keeps falling into the hands of different robots. Like, Omega has it installed and turns into Super Omega. Orbot and Qbot suddenly get powered up from it, stuff like that.
I think you've got precedence with the heavies,
the hard bullet heavies.
Scratch and Grounder become, I don't know, Super Scratch and Grounder, I guess. They don't do anything differently or behave differently or anything. They just look a bit different, I guess. That would be fun.
They just argue about who, like you said, Super Scratch and Grounder. So it should be Super Grounder and Scratch.
They're no different, but while they're arguing, they just keep walking through things and not being phased.
Yes, exactly that, yeah.
Super Snively, why not?
Yeah, why not?
And then
his
he
nose
dies.
is infinitely long.
His 3 little hairs turn gold.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
I don't know. I like super forms. I want him to do more different, interesting things with them going forward.
Yeah.
Give people more bespoke designs, please.
I don't think they have worn out their welcome. They are still a cool thing I like to see.
I like anime, so I like super forms. that's what it comes down to. So yeah.
I like anime, but the anime I watch doesn't tend to factor into that. It's usually just people talking about food. So
Chilchuck from Delicious in Dungeon eats the Chaos Emeralds.
Super Senshi.
Oh, wait, hang
There
on.
you go.
You're onto something there.
His beard turns gold and starts going in every direction.
Super Yuno from Hidamari Sketch. I don't know what would be different.
Hey guys, it's me, RockTheJake. I'm currently hiding out from Metal Sonic. He kidnapped me, but I got away. I'm getting wise to him. I'm figuring out his tricks. So I figured while I'm hiding out from him, instead of doom scrolling on my phone, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite super forms and some characters that I want to have super forms. So first of all, very vanilla answer, not like the Rapid, but gotta go with Supersonic. I mean, he just looks so cool. The invincibility, everything about it is so cool. I love Hypersonic and, the seizure-inducing changing of colors, and the fact that, he can do like a screen blast is super cool. I really like kind of his like second level ascension in the Sonic Frontiers DLC. I don't really think it does too much as far as gameplay, but again, it just looks cool. I really like it. I'm a huge fan of the gigantic tails from the Archie Sonic. I'm just kidding. I do really like Hyper Knuckles, and I think that's probably because of the Sonic Super Special comic that we read, and especially that I read like way back in the day. Using his hands as wheels and using his feet as feet. But Hyper Knuckles is really cool, and I've always enjoyed that. Super Shadow, I really enjoy him, especially in the third Sonic movie. I thought they got the look like down pat pretty much right completely, and I just really like the fact that Shadow's able to do that, and I feel like it makes sense because he is so very in tune with chaos energy anyway, so it just makes sense for him to be able to, I think, pick up super form and just know exactly what to do. He seems like a wise hog in that sense. All right, so some characters that I wish had super forms, and I'm going to give just like the briefest little novella of a story of how I think that would happen. So, you know me, you're probably laughing already, but Mina. Mina Mongoose. So the thought behind it for me is just that, like, in the village of Knothole, Robotnik or somebody's attacking, Sonic goes super, but then something happens and the emeralds get knocked out of him. Mina happens to be closest by, and so just, going on instinct without even thinking, she goes for it, and she turns super. And I don't know what color her, like, hair or fur would turn, because she's already got yellow fur anyway. Maybe her hair... Maybe, maybe there's an inversion. Maybe her hair, like, turns a deeper shade of purple or something like that, and it flashes. But I think it just increases her speed and strength, kind of like Supersonic and anybody else. But actually, something we were talking about in our voice chat after our most recent recording was... since she's, the songbird, since she can sing, what if she also has the ability, kind of like Black Canary or Sindel or something like that, to be able to release like a vocal, like scream or screech or something like that, that can act as like a concussive blast or something like that. So I think that'd be super cool. I really like that idea. You got to give my boy Big the Cat a super form, because first of all, that would be hilarious. And what would Big actually do with that? I feel like Big just stumbles upon the Chaos Emeralds and maybe he gathers them or holds them in a certain way. I mean, this is Big the Cat, come on. But, I think I would love to see him just turn straight up like gold and yellow, just like Sonic, because I also think that would just be super funny, like basically a Super Saiyan cat. I think his speed would go up a nominal amount. I think his strength is really where he would shine, because he's already strong enough to lift up a car. So, and in the comics he can lift up more. So imagine what he can do with incredible, like almost infinite super strength in a super form like that. And I think I'm gonna indulge myself and give myself one more character to give a super form. And I'm actually gonna say Espio, because I think that would be really, really cool. I think, with going super, it's all about flashiness, and so I think even as a ninja, he can't really avoid that, but I think he has even greater control over going invisible and just becoming completely silent. And of course, his speed would substantially grow after that. And I think that would, of course, lends to adding to his ninja abilities. For lack of better words, we could go full Naruto on this. He can do like energy attacks. He can, throw one shuriken or one kunai and it, poofs into multiple at the enemy. Basically, like going super would just enhance all of his ninja skills like 100 times over. And I think that would be super, super cool. Charmy going super just makes him really big and turns him into a hybrid mech where his stingers shoot energy machine gun pellets, but they're all honey. This is a joke, included if you want. But yeah, that was a fun distraction. Now, I can't stay in one place for too long because I don't want Metal Sonic to see me. I'm going to get away and then hopefully be back for the next recording. So, y'all have fun. Bye.
Well, that was a super episode of the podcast, and I hope you all had a good time. Sorry, I tried to go up from super, and I only thought hyper, but I think a hyper time doesn't really work.
Ultra hyper time.
Yes.
Autonomous ultra.
There you go.
That'll do it for the Superform discussion. Find us all across the internet if you're into that sort of thing. You can find me at Faulerro. That's Faulerro.
You can find me in all sorts of places at CyberLink 420.
You can find me on Blue Sky at jeremybaker.actfornow. Sometimes I feel like I'm, as much as I make fun of Blue Sky staff for being dummies, they're gonna kick me off of there, but...
Why would you do that?
I probably shouldn't.
I don't know. I just don't get that vibe.
You can find me on Retronauts, you can find me on Blue Sky, or you can read my webcomic, Merry Hell, merryhellcomic.com, read Merry Hell. Thanks.
Do it.
You should read Merry Hell, unless you're a small child and are easily...
There's some rude stuff in there, so,
But who among us has not discovered rude things when we were children? And
I was going to say, there's some rude stuff in this podcast.
You weren't here for the episode. We weren't here for the pegging episode, so that was a whole other thing.
The what episode?
Yeah, we'll get to
Special
that.
thanks.
What do you mean we'll get to that? I thought it was just doing a podcast.
Yeah, special thanks as always to Amy Waters for the use of our theme song for the album Gotta Go Slow. You can check out more of her work on YouTube and Bandcamp. And remember, subscribe, review, share, all that bollocks, swear, begging, so on and so forth. I don't know. If you like this stuff, let us know. And if you like having Stu on here, because we sure did, tell us so we'll drag him back. But next time on the podcast, we are going back into British Sonic fiction again, because we're covering Sonic vs. Sonic, the adventure game book.
Oh my god.
I had that.
We're not just covering Sonic vs. Sonic, the adventure game book. We're going to be playing Sonic vs. Sonic, the adventure game book on the podcast.
My goodness.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to be functional. That'll work.
Oh, yeah,
well,
you'll need
find
to
a
do
way.
some research, because I'm pretty sure that you can't finish that, so good luck.
Not with that attitude.
Way. We'll just have to make sure we've got all our vital statistics sorted out and have a dice on standby. Or was it a die? I'm going to die. But anyway, but until then, thank you for joining us. I've been Faulerro.
I'm CyberLink.
I'm GameBuddy.
I'm Stuart Gipp. What? Who could it be? You dirty bastard.
Oh, I know where that's from, too.
Well, this has been The Hill is Always Greener, and we'll see you on the other side.
Read Merry Hell.
Thanks.
You should.
Oh, brilliant. I was looking this up, and to find the source for this, I googled the quote, and the first thing is an article I wrote that mentions it. Yes!
Oh, that's useful.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.